Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be a book haul. My bangs are really driving me crazy. I don't know why. I feel like every time I film, my bangs do not look good, and anytime I'm not on camera, they look great. Anyways, I have 11 books to haul today. Some of them I have already read, some are new releases, and some are some older releases. I found some gems at the thrift store, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. I think I'm gonna start with some of the newer releases. So I have Wild and Wrangled by Layla Sage. This is the fourth and final book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, and I did actually read this, so I will talk about it in my next wrap up. This is a second chance, small town, sort of cowboy romance. I have some mixed feelings about this, so I can't wait to talk about it in my wrap up, but I do love this cover. I think it's gorgeous. This whole series has beautiful covers, and I am very excited for Lila's new series that she's starting in September. Then I bought If You Love Me by Helena Hunting. This one I also have already read, so I will talk about it in my next wrap up. This is also sort of a second chance romance. It is a hockey romance. It follows the hero who is a single dad, and he is the goalie for the team, and he is about to retire. And the heroine is a new coach on the team, and it turns out that they both have had a past fling a couple years ago, and I did really enjoy this. I'm happy that I'm continuing the series, even though a lot of the books have been like 3 stars for me. I'm still really glad that I bought this one, and yeah, I'll talk about it in my wrap up. I bought Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This is her newest release. I have yet to read Just for the Summer, so I will be reading that one probably closer to summertime, and then I'll dive into this one next. I kind of just like to read her books in order. I've heard mixed things about this. Some people really love it. Some people have had issues with it. I'm excited to see how I feel because I have really enjoyed all of Abby's books in the past. The Friend Zone, which is like her first book, is still my favorite, I think. But I'm excited to see how I feel about Just for the Summer because I know everybody loves that one. And then I am excited to read this. I don't know anything about this, to be quite honest. It was just an instant pre-order, an instant buy. I am confused though why this is such a large paperback. Like, why is this so tall? And like the font is massive. I'm just confused like why this won't match the other books in the series. But I can't wait to dive into this one sometime this year. Then I have another most anticipated release, and that is Enigma by Rue Nix. This is her newest release, and I am very, very excited to read this. I am hoping this will be my next read. I, again, don't really know much about this. I just know that it is like dark academia. There's a mystery, there's a romance. In this magnificent, steamy dark academia romance filled with taunt, suspense, sparks will fly, rivals will become lovers, terrible truths will be revealed, and an epic love will change everything. I'm also obsessed with the blue sprayed edges. Blue is my favorite color, so I'm loving the aesthetic of this book. And then, of course, there are some images inside as well. I haven't really heard much about this. I don't know if people are loving it or not, but I can't wait to dive into it. Then I have 2 books by the same author. So I have Grave Matter and Death Valley by Karina Halle. I think I talked about both of these in my new books I'm excited to read video. I have already read Death Valley, and I will talk about it in my wrap up, but I feel like Karina is writing very interesting romances, so I had to pick up both of these. Death Valley is basically about this woman whose sister went missing a couple years ago, and she hires this wilderness guide slash rancher to find out anything about her sister, and they go on this very dangerous hike, and a lot of scary things happen. It's basically like Yellowstone meets Game of Thrones White Walkers. That is how this book is often described, and I feel like that's the perfect definition of that. It's like Yellowstone meets zombies, kind of. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I can't wait to talk about it. And Grave Matter is kind of similar to Gothicana and Nocticadia. I think it is essentially about a inspiring mycologist who gets an opportunity to, I guess, study or work with this foundation, and they are situated in a remote fog-shrouded inlet on Vancouver Island. And she falls in love with the resident psychologist, and a student disappears, ghosts walk the halls, snow falls in the middle of summer, dead animals move like the living. It sounds very creepy and atmospheric. I think I might save this for the fall, but I'm really excited to read this one. Then I picked up Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. This is one of her new fantasies that has nothing to do with the Shadowhunter world. And I don't know why, but I just decided to pick it up on a whim. I know this has been out for a while. I think the second book just came out not too long ago. I really don't know anything about this. I just know it's Cassandra Clare, and I know that it's going to be heartbreaking and intense and dramatic. And I believe this is adult, not YA. But the blurb here at the top just says, two outcasts find themselves at the center of world-altering change and the start of a riveting epic fantasy series. It also has a map, which we love. We love a good map. And of course, it's a thick book, so I definitely want to read this when I'm in the mood for some good fantasy. And then I have 4 books that I kind of got lucky at a couple thrift stores. So the first one is The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. This I have been wanting to read since it came out, I think, last year. It is a hockey romance, and I believe it is like brother's best friend. Yeah, her brother's best friend. And the object of a decade-long crush she's never gone over. I think the hero is a hockey player and he has like some sort of PR nightmare. I think Delilah is supposed to help with a better image. I really liked The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, and I do love a hockey romance, so I can't wait to read this. I found a beautiful edition of The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the sprayed edges. It has like a little bit of defects on it, but overall it's in pretty good condition. This I've heard is a very cozy romantasy, and I think it's like very low stakes. A lush cottagecore tale full of stolen spellbooks, unexpected friendships, sweet jams, and even sweeter love. Like a Hallmark rom-com full of mythical creatures fueled by cinnamon rolls and magic. The Spell Shop will heal your heart and feed your soul. It just sounds like a cozy read, so I'm very excited to read this. I also love the cover. I think there's also a second book coming out soon, or maybe it's already out. I'm not sure. Then I got Snowed In by Catherine Walsh. This was a book I wanted to read last Christmas, but my bookstore didn't have any copies, and I luckily just found this at the thrift store a couple weeks ago. I'm definitely going to save this for this holiday season, but this follows two childhood acquaintances decide to fake date while back in their small hometown for the holidays. I think it'll just be a really cute Christmassy romance, so yeah, I can't wait to read this at the end of the year. And then lastly, I got Wicked Serve by Grace O'Reilly. This, I think, is the 4th book in the, I want to say it's Beyond the Play series, but I could be wrong. Yeah, the series is Beyond the Play, and this is the last book. This was the other book that I was curious about. I had read the second book, Breakaway, last year. I read it in my hockey romance reading vlog, and this one was the other one I was really interested in, so I found it at the thrift store. It does have like some damage here at the bottom, but honestly that doesn't really bother me that much. Yeah, I'm excited to read this when I'm in the mood for like a college sports romance. The male character is a hockey player, and he is a rival of our heroine's brother, and our heroine is a volleyball player, and I think they have a sort of secret relationship, which is kind of reminiscent of the second book, but I'm still excited to read this. I love a good forbidden secret romance. I love a little sneaking around kind of romance. I think it's fun, so I'm excited to read this one. So those are all the books that I bought since my last book haul. I probably won't have a book haul for a while now because I don't have a lot of books that I'm planning on buying in the next 3 months, to be quite honest. I feel like each month there are 2 or 3 new releases that I'm excited about, but like the heavy month for me is September. I'm excited about a lot of September releases, so I kind of might not have a haul until maybe midsummer or even late summer, to be quite honest. But let me know any of your recent book buys. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I hauled and what you think about them. Obviously, please don't spoil me. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.